What is up, YouTube? Today we're back with another video, but this is going to be actually a different video. It's not Guild War and it's not RTA. It's a balanced patch review. And I don't want to make this like a 20-30 minute like long ass video, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. I'm going to show a build on screen as well, and let's get right into things. Alrighty, so the first unit we're going to be reviewing for this video is going to be Little Queen Charlotte, and her damage dealt has been increased, and we'll need to see how much damage really has been increased overall, just so that we can see it. We'll have to test, but I think for RTA she remains unchanged as her problems are completely unaddressed, which is basically being aggroed and controlled down too hard, where you're only going to pick her into a full forward team of dark units, right? And other than that, you're never really going to pick her, right? I would have liked to see maybe some increased CR pushing that she gets from being attacked, or when the team gets attacked, or maybe just something else that's not just increasing her damage, because overall I think her damage is already pretty good. It's just personally, in my build, I've never had an issue of killing a dark unit, because you just need attack buff or you need vigor or something to chain it together, right? But overall her place in Guild War and RTA remain the same in my opinion. I don't think she's really usable other than using her post scout in Guild War, but we'll see. I like to be proven wrong, but we'll see. Over to Celine. Alrighty, moving over into our second unit, it's going to be Spirit Eye Celine, and her Nimble Sword activation has been increased from 35% to 50%, and the health regained from attacking with S1 has been increased as well. Personally, I think this is a really good change for Celine, because this means she has more reliable damage, and it could potentially free her up from just only running lifesteal and pen set, but we'll need to test her. I think maybe if the damage and the health regain increased is really that significant, that means you could potentially just run her on speed set and RTA and actually have her build as like a pseudo lifesteal unit. But overall, personally, I think she remains the same in Guild War and RTA. In Guild War, she has some very specific conditions that you can run her in, and in RTA, obviously as like a 4 or 5 pick, she'll still be very good. If the enemy doesn't have any answer for it, it'll still be a 4 span, but we'll see. I think the changes are good overall. Alrighty, over into Jacko, and special thanks to Cuck from the Talentless Guild for showing Jacko and Summer Break Charlotte. But personally, in my opinion, you can only really use Jacko when cleaving. I'm not really a fan of random debuffs, since unbuffable and decreased hit chance have proven to be useless time and time again in my matches. But I think the change is good overall for cleavers who've built her, since she acts as a bridge now for the entire team. So I think the change was very necessary to enable her kit a bit more and make her more usable. But overall, no complaints. I think it's a fair change, and it'll be good. We'll probably see her more in RTA for cleavers especially. Alrighty, and for Summer Break Charlotte, and she's always been a niche pick against low damage Spectre Tenebria teams, but the changes overall are very, very nice, I think. Number one, the gear requirements have been reduced slightly, right? Because her innate built-in crit chance is now from 20 to 30%, which is huge. That's like an extra 16 GS for free, right? Reworking her ability in gaining Fighting Spirit is also very good. I think previously it's really hard to get her Fighting Spirit active and going, but getting 60 right at the start of battle is huge, so that her first turn has a ton of value. And number 3, her damage has been increased as it penetrates defense now, and it's not just based on lost health. And overall, I think we're definitely going to be seeing her more in RTA across the board. I think she'll be getting some more premier gear, especially with the free unequip. Unfortunately, there's probably still no potential in high-end Guild War, but overall, I think the change is very, very good. And, I think Smilegate really, really did a good job on this one. Alrighty, now Arunka her S3 is going to get reset now if it kills, and they're increasing the damage against targets with barriers. So I think this is actually going to be pretty interesting, because it could be good against something like Arrowwell or FCC, right? This may actually be an amazing buff that the damage proves to be very good when it comes out, so we'll definitely need to test it. But I think in RTA we still won't see her other than some super niche pick, because again, like I said, if it is good into Arrowwell, Arrow can still stun it, so you're not going to build her on ER, right? So we'll have to see. She's going to need some enablers, but overall she has potential. We will not be seeing her other than some MLM attacks in the high-end Guild War, and I'm talking like top 3, but it may be pretty good for Guild War in like top 30, top 100 for defenses that feature Arrowwell. So overall, I think the change is good. I think if the damage increase is quite significant, then I think this is a very good change. As you can see, I don't have this unit, and no one in my guild also has this unit geared. Why? Because she fucking sucks. Reducing buff durations from 1 turn to 2 turns. So I guess that seems to overall maybe target protection set and barrier openers like FCC, but the change is extremely lackluster. Like you can see that I'm not even gonna show a build because you can still pretend she doesn't exist because she doesn't. She's just bad. DDR just does what she does a billion times better, and even DDR has, it's very hard to run DDR unless the conditions are very specific, right? So overall, don't even bother. Let's just move on, right? All right, last but not least, I guess, Assassin Cartuja. Unfortunately, I don't have another sample build, but I think evasion players can rejoice, where they're increasing the evasion to 50% for him, and also all allies will be getting 20%. And the self imprint being changed from attack percent to effectiveness is actually really big because, as you all know, he stuns. So it's really important that he has a bit more effectiveness built into his kit. But I think overall it's a very good change for Ascat. I would argue we will see him more in RTA as a force ban in the right drafts. But unfortunately, he remains no potential in Guild Wars, so too bad. Holy shit. We also have artifacts as well in this balance patch review. I think it's going to be a pretty good one. But increased damage from single target to any attack. Very good change overall because this makes the artifact actually have better damage and viable for units like Summer Break Charlotte, Fire Charlotte, even maybe Fire Lilius, right? Fire Lilius maybe less, but those two units are going to be pretty good with this artifact, and any unit that has kind of like an AoE targeting. But I think this was a very necessary change because this was so limiting only to Ilanav, and even Ilanav's S3 is AoE, so it's like you miss the potential using it, right? So overall, I think this is a very necessary change. I think Smilegate hit the nail with this one. Sword of Winter Shadow. Let's talk about this. All right. You now gain 10 souls and remove 10 souls instead of only removing 15 souls. Okay. I think this change is not very good in my opinion because you only really see this in Guild War and maybe some arena defenses to trap attackers, because what would 10 souls really do for your team, right? In Guild War defense, nothing, right? And taking 15 souls seems to be way more punishing as that removes the entire ability of soul burning any abilities in the game at all, right? But it's an interesting change. I can appreciate it, but I think this hurts us more than helps us, in my opinion. But this might just be from like a high-end Guild Wars perspective. I think in RTA, like this is maybe used in 1 out of every like 1,000 people because it's a very cheese artifact. But overall, it's okay. But it's an interesting change. I can't get behind it, but I can appreciate it though. So Smilegate, thank you. I would have liked a recall on this one, even though I haven't gotten it. But it's good. It's not bad. It's mid. Iron Fan. Well, I don't need to say it for anyone, but this change absolutely fucking blows. It blows. It is so bad. It's so bad, which is why they're letting us recall it, right? So honestly, I don't know what they're thinking. I'm not going to complain though. I mean, let's just recall our Iron Fans and move on because this change was just horrendous, right? It was unnecessary. Like people that did use it for Banshee hunts, now you can't even use it. I guess you're just going to use Portrait. But hey, let's not complain. Let's not complain. Recall it and move on. Let's just move on. Alrighty, and that's gonna sum it up for this video, and I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and maybe comments in the comments below. Hopefully I hit the nail on this one in how we all maybe feel across the board, and hopefully some of the sample builds will inspire you to kind of maybe build some of the units as well. But I think overall, closing thoughts, I think some of the changes are very good. Some of the changes are very unnecessary and pointless, like Sharoon and Iron Fan and Sword of Winter Shadow. But that's just my own personal opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And where's the ML Kiran buff? Where is it? I fucking pulled him. Where is it? I need it. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy the video, please drop a like and comment below. I really appreciate it as it really helps me with the algorithm. I'm going to be dropping another RTA video very soon and hope to see you guys in the next one. So thanks for your support, guys, as always. And I guess I'll do this one with the cam on. Bye.